the experience we relate to is playing music and really getting off and really, getting high from it, and the audience getting high and everybody getting high, and on a really super night, that's what happens. And that's the thing that we basically try to do every performance. So we have long performance to allow ourselves the possibility, because we'd never be able to do it if we were doing like 45-minute sets and that sort of thing. We'd never do it.
Now, speaking of yourself, you have, in the last year or so, you have been appearing on almost every LP that has been released in the States.
Well, all the ones that were recorded at Wally Heider's, yeah.
Why?
Well, because I hang out a lot at Wally Heider's. It's where all the musicians record, all the San Francisco musicians record in one. There's really only, well, there are several studios around San Francisco, but there's only one really super professional sort of studio, and that's Wally Heider's, which has 3 different recording studios in one building. Most of them only have one studio. So, for example, the Grateful Dead would be recording, say, in Studio A at Wally Heider's, and upstairs in Studio C would be the Jefferson Airplane recording, and back in Studio D would be David Crosby and Graham Nash. And so, like, in the course of an evening, just wandering around and visiting friends, I would end up playing on several tracks, it's just that sort of thing. It's very loose, There isn't, the music scene in San Francisco is very fluid, and there are a lot of good musicians, and everybody likes to play. That's kind of like the basic thing happening. It's not really professional in the sense of Los Angeles or New York or Nashville. It's much looser, and the musicians who live around San Francisco live there because it's groovy to live there.
You played a favorite of mine just a moment ago, Uncle John's Band.
Right.
What does that tell about then?
Well, what does it tell you about?
Well, you got me there.
Right, but you like it anyway,
yeah.
Right? Okay, well, that's the way it is with me. I don't know what it tells about. All I know is I like it, I like it. I like that place, wherever it is. I like Uncle John and his band, whoever they are.
It really was about 1965, about the time when anything really started. People started growing their hair long. Everybody started taking acid. There was, I don't know, just like a whole new movement afoot. I mean, people were going to SF State was a big center for it at the time, because everybody then was still in school. Rock Scully, that was with the manager of the Dead, he was out there at State. Chet Helms was taking night classes and running the well, at 1090 Page, just a couple blocks away, there was a huge house where Big Brother would play. That was before Janice was there. They'd play on Wednesday nights, and then on Tuesday nights it was like bluegrass, and it was 50 cents to get in. This was before the Avalon started and before the Fillmore started. And it was just a lot of sort of neighborhood people getting together is kind of what it amounted to. And it just, it just grew like crazy. Just mushroomed. It went, it took off. And so everybody that was interested in those kinds of things just kept flocking into the hate.